Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Victorinox Swiss Card Classic. This is a unique form factor for a multi-tool. As you can tell by the name, this form factor is in the shape of a credit card, and it features most of the tools found in the SD Classic as well as some other tools. I'll flash up the specs of the Swiss card right now, and I'll do a quick size comparison up against some other Victorinox multi-tools as well as a credit card. Here is just a cash card. As you can see, it's on par with a standard size credit card. Here's the credit card on top of the Swiss card. Of course, the Swiss card is a little thicker. Here it is up against the Classic SD, and here it is up against the Huntsman. Of course, the card is in a completely different shape than the standard Swiss Army knives, but I thought it would be appropriate to do a small low size comparison up against some other Victorinox multi-tools. And just for fun, here it is up against the Leatherman 40th Anniversary multi-tool, my go-to EDC. And then one last thing, here it is up against my wallet. It does have an outer pouch for most used cards / IDs, and the Swiss card is relatively thick. It basically takes up the size of 3 credit cards, and it does fit in the front pouch quite well, but this is the only thing that will fit in the front pouch. I guess if I did want to carry it in my wallet, I would carry it on the inner pouch with the flap. The tool is made out of a nice translucent ruby red plastic, and all of the tools for the most part are made out of the quality Swiss made stainless steel. On the outside of the tool, on the front, you get a centimeter ruler that goes up to 8 centimeters. You can't really see it well on camera. And then on the other side, you get an inch ruler that goes up to 3 inches. All of the tools are accessible with a little groove on the edge of the card. The first tool is the knife blade, or as Victorinox calls it, the letter opener. This is a razor sharp pen blade made out of the same standard stainless steel found on all of Victorinox's Swiss Army knives and multi-tools. It's stainless and doesn't hold an edge for a while, but it's relatively easy to maintain and can take a fine edge. And just a little size comparison, here it is up against the Classic SD's blade. It's a little bit bigger than the Classic SD, and I think it's basically on par with the pen blade of most medium-sized Swiss Army knives. The Huntsman's pen blade is slightly thicker than the Swiss card's blade, but in terms of the length, it's pretty much the same. When you're done using a tool, you can simply slide it back into the card and it locks in place, and it's pretty nice and secure. And then the next tool that's also found on the Classic SD is the nail file / mini screwdriver. It's pretty self-explanatory. Right here is a nail file surface, and then you do get a small little flathead screwdriver, and it could be used for some light prying. Like the other tools, it slides back in and gets secured nicely. The next tool is a set of tweezers, a very handy tool found on pretty much all Swiss Army knives. It's great for picking out splinters as well as doing some little precise and detailed work. This is the same exact tweezers found on the Classic SD. As you can see right here, they're the same size. Similar to the tweezers, the Swiss card utilizes the same exact toothpick found on the Swiss Army knives. Of course, this plastic tool can be utilized for picking your teeth as well as digging stuff out of small low crevices, which is nice. The next tool on this side is a pressurized ballpoint pen. Of course, it is very bare bones, and you gotta really kind of like grip it like this. It can be handy in a pinch if you don't have a full-size pen on you, and it's pretty cool to have just a pen in a card form factor if you're keeping it in your wallet. And then the next tool, probably the most utilized tool on any multi-tool for me, and a very handy and quality tool from Victorinox, is their spring action scissors. This is the same set of scissors found on regular Swiss Army knives, which means it comes out razor sharp and has a great action. It does come with this little finger ring. I don't really know how to use the finger ring best. Like, using the scissors like this works enough for me. I guess you could put your ring finger there. I guess this is the best way. You put your ring finger there, rest your 2 other fingers, and then cut away. And the scissors fold up nicely and fit in the card. And then the very last tool found on the Swiss card is a very small tool, and it's found right here, and that is a pin. This pin can be used for ejecting a SIM card tray or pressing those really small reset buttons. This is also a little accessory that Victorinox sells separately, so you can essentially use this as like a disposable tool if you need to maybe pin something up or do a little repair and just buy another one from Victorinox. So that is an option. It's another common tool found in the Victorinox ecosystem, and it does fit in the pin slot in the medium-sized multi-tools like the Huntsman. My Huntsman didn't come with a pin, but it did come with the pin slot by the corkscrew, and this pin actually fits perfectly inside the Huntsman's pin slot. Some of the Victorinox medium Swiss Army knives do come with a pin already, but not all of them do. And that is the last tool in the tool set of the Swiss card. This is by far one of the coolest form factors for a multi-tool. I think it's a really nifty gadget, and for those of you who don't like carrying multi-tools or are in a more formal environment or just don't really have the pocket space, I'd say the Swiss card is a pretty great option, especially if you have a wallet that can fit this. Again, this pretty much takes up the slot of 3 credit cards, so that's the amount of space you need to have open in your wallet. I think Swiss Army knives by themselves are already like non-threatening. They're a lot more familiar and they're not really like tactical in nature, but if you need something even less threatening, I'd say the Swiss card is a great option. So what do you guys think of the Swiss card and its form factor? I'd definitely like to know down in the comments. So that's gonna do it for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Follow me on my socials. If you really love the review, please consider leaving a super thanks in the tip jar below, and thanks for watching.